going out with my friends are trying to, everybody doing I can't even point my fingers. Like, fucking hate it here. Like, grand risings to my melanated kings, queens, and everyone in between.
Hi everybody, what's up, what's up, what's up?
Hello guys.
How are you feeling?
Welcome back to Side A, the podcast. When was the last time it was just the two of us in here? It's a little quiet, isn't it?
I mean, it's usually only the two of us at this point of the episode.
True.
It's always only the two of us.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Oyinda, aka Big O, aka. That's usually it, Abby. I need to find more AKAs.
Yeah, same.
Like there's others, but like I don't want to like.
I don't rep those as much anymore, you know.
Okay.
And I'm your other host, Lola, the big girl, you know.
Well, I just realized you're wearing gold today.
Right, very different style.
Very different aesthetic. In general, isn't Lola giving I saw her. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. She
literally copied my outfits. I said, okay.
I would have looked like this anyway. Though is the thing.
When I was getting ready, I was like, this is a very
It's giving very stormy. Well, grand rising, sister and sister.
I didn't even get to say my AKAs. I'm Lola, aka Fun Girl, aka Candy Eater of the Day. Period.
We didn't slap. Candy Eater of the Day. I'm eating candy too. So.
Didn't see you.
Welcome back, guys. I know
she just made me feel so silly for that.
Sorry.
What's it here, sir?
But Candy Eater of the Day. I thought you were about to give us something. You know.
Why does it always have to be so?
Because the way you even said it, like you had to get it out. I was like, come on.
Did.
Fairs. I'm so sorry for our absence, guys. Lola is gonna tell me we haven't been gone for that long. Let me tell you, Lola doesn't give a fuck about you guys.
I do. When Dad just thinks that if we're gone for 1 week, you guys are like,
we weren't gone for 1 week. We were gone for 3. No, Kuda. It's not good. It's not good. They've come to expect consistency from us. And imagine you're going about your day and maybe your day is just not that great or whatever. It's Wednesday, like it's like, oh, this week is feeling long, and then you open your Spotify or you open your YouTube or you open your Apple Podcast and you're like, let me vibe to one of my favorite podcasts, and you go there and you refresh and there's no new episode. That can be your 13th reason.
That's fair.
You know? We don't know.
Fair. You're taking something new from
somebody. If that was you, we're really sorry, guys. But we're back. Solo ep today. Let's get into it. How's your week been? Today is Monday. Just to be transparent, guys. Today, not only is today Monday, but we're recording at 8:30 in the night, which we never do.
Yeah.
We've never
had
done
like
this
a
before.
nighttime episode.
Yeah, are you hot?
Oh, my dear. Like, guys, it's 80 degrees in here.
Yeah.
Noida is doing. Oh, is it hot in here?
No, the thing is, we actually have to end this season soon because we can't have the AC on while we record. Like, that's just not happening because of like sound situations. But it's fucking hot outside.
It's the summer. So it's like, what are we doing here?
Sorry, girl. My bad. We're just going to have to endure. It would be like glowy because your skin is kind of like dewy right now, so it'll just add to the dewiness. Okay, so how was your week? Because today is Monday. How was
my last week?
How was your last week / weekend?
Oh, it was good. I enjoyed myself.
No, I've been on streets.
I've not been on streets.
You've been out.
Summer.
Well, yeah.
It's time to be out.
It's time to be out.
I went to see Tizo touchdown. Amazing shit, man. Amazing. He did so good.
You didn't show me any videos.
You did ask.
Before you left, I said make videos. You said
I did.
Okay.
Did you ask?
So if I now say make videos, doesn't that mean I want to see the video?
And when I show you things, sometimes you act reluctant to see it. It's just like
I asked for videos.
It's all right.
Not only I asked reluctant to see it. When did that happen,
Yeah.
girl? No.
Yeah. But I haven't seen Tizo touchdown. What else did I do this week? I kind of blacking out.
You went to...
I went for this like Pride Day party was so fun.
Shout
All
out
the
to, what is it
queer
called
girls
again?
were out.
Abeg
NYC.
Yeah.
All
Shout
the
out to
queer
them.
girls were out. Jessica, the woman that you are. It was
Period.
just such a vibe.
DJ
I danced
DJ extraordinaire.
my little butt off.
That video of I was
Her
like,
and
does somebody
oh
has
my god,
posted
no,
this?
shout out to her because she literally played Therapy in the wild for the first time. It came out like what, a week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to hear it outside. I think and nobody else knew it, so I was going extra hard because I was like, no guys, this is like the song
of the summer.
This is the jam. This is the jam. Like, come on. And this girl, Shola Sounds, I think that's her name, went after her. Also really, 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 really good. And just like great vibes.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
really wanted to go. Like,
loved
I
it.
really wanted to go, but the day came and I'm like,
It was,
I
oh
just
my god,
can't
I have
do it.
never seen so many beautiful women
I bet.
all in one place. Wow, 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 wow. And not just beautiful women, bad bitches, bruh. Like one after the other in different fonts. It's just so pleasing to me.
I knew it was gonna be bad bitches there.
Love the queer community.
Love the queer community. Love the queer community in New York City.
And then what did I do after that? Yesterday we went to lunch.
Yesterday impromptu.
And then
yesterday
ended up at Lobby.
yesterday, right? Me already mapping out, okay, what's today gonna look like? Today's gonna look like this and then that. It was a work day. And then Lola calls and it's like, oh, like slides like lunch plans in there. I can't even explain how it even happened, but slides lunch plans in there. I'm like, oh my god, like lunch plans are going to like derail like filming, but fuck it, like let's just move filming later and then go grab lunch and then just come right back home.
Yeah.
We grab lunch. Guys are on the stoop or whatever, I guess something in the air. We're getting the Uber to go home and they're like, why don't we just go to Lebain and just like grab a drink?
Like
literally how it was posed is, oh, let's just go to Lebain and like maybe just grab a drink. It'll be like a cute little like quiet
midday.
Sunday afternoon vibe.
But that's the thing, Lebain is never quiet.
Girl.
Like
ended up going to party. Got home at 11 o'clock. Well, like, oh, are we recording? Oh, are we recording when we get home? Lola is like, bruh.
I was out of it. I was just like, whoa.
First of all, I didn't clock that you were drunk. I'm like,
oh my god.
This always happens though, when we'll be out and like we'll just be vibing or whatever, and then let's say it's like on the way home or like at a random time in the evening, you'll be like, oh, I'm actually drunk. I'm like, when did that happen?
Yeah, because I don't act a fool in public and I like being safe.
Not really acting a fool, but like I'm like, I can't even. It goes from 0 to, oh, I'm so drunk. Like,
oh, always.
And it's like, when did that happen?
Because it hits me all at once.
All at once. No, same though.
Especially because I'm one of those people who's like, when I'm out, I'm like dancing or like I'm moving around enough to make sure that I'm not really like feeling the effect of my drink. So I also just have learned the art of like comforting myself. I think there's been like 2 instances in which I was like, you know, too drunk to comprehend.
To function,
Like, and like I really just don't like getting there. I feel like such a burden like when that actually happens. So it's like you wouldn't actually know I'm drunk unless you ask me. Like, so depends. It depends.
I think I just get very talkative and loud.
Yeah.
And maybe that's kind of like, I don't want to say like a contrast because I don't think I'm like quiet per se, but like I just start talking a lot and then people are like, I know what you are.
I'm just, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm stoic, but I think I'm just...
When you're drunk or when you're sober?
Neither. I said I wouldn't say I'm stoic. I wouldn't say.
You wouldn't say it at all.
Like, period. Let me land, I guess. I'm not, but I think I'm already pretty like bubbly, like in my everyday like persona like slash person. Persona slash person.
Okay, girl. Fizz. I get what you mean. I get what you're trying to. I get what you're trying to do.
Yeah. But so I think that's why it's like when I'm drunk, it doesn't feel like so much.
Yeah, because you're still gonna be doing the like socialite vibe, walking around, being cute.
I don't know why I have such like an itchy word with that word.
What socialite?
Yeah,
but
it's like,
girl, I don't understand.
LMAO.
Does it feel derogatory?
You know something? I think for a while, yes. I think still yes sometimes.
Why?
But like, I don't know.
When people say it?
In general, I don't. Yeah, I think when people say it, I think honestly, when I was growing up, because to be fair, I grew up when like being a socialite was like a tabloid type of thing. You know what I mean? And like it didn't like I just am friendly. You know what I mean? I'm just
by
a really friendly
socialite?
person.
In
so
the way, like at a party, like I find a place I like to be and I stay there.
Yeah.
You like work the entire space. Like whenever we go places together, you'll be like you'll go to all the like areas and like see what's up and like you'll go by the DJ and like you'll go here. And
I love being by the DJ.
Like
it's
you
just
always
so much more fun.
You always work the room. Like you've gone all the places and I kind of like stay put and like just like manage my vibe.
Oh my god, if I stay put, I feel so awkward. Like I think it's also okay, it's so interesting that we're actually talking about this. I think being a socialite is a form of social anxiety. It's literally just like if I stay put, I'm going to start like just like
gauging
you know, so much, I'm going to be so aware of the fact that I am so still in this moment and I'm like, oh, but we're out, so it's like, isn't this like a moment to like, you know, have fun, socialize, you know, socialize, you know, kind of, you know, move around. So I think I appreciate the opportunity to even just like, I guess, connect with people in that way, like even just for like a little bit. Events. Yeah, like if I can control the space even better, like
if it's my thing, I'm like, yes, I want to go everywhere, I want to see everybody that's here, yeah. But if it's not my thing, girl, I need to just find a space where I feel comfortable, where there's enough air, where I feel like I can move, and like stick with that space, because if I move elsewhere, it's just gonna like change my vibe, which I guess is like a neurodivergent thing, but whatever. But it like switches like the way that I feel about where I'm at. Especially, I think, especially because I don't think I'm particularly extroverted. You know, I don't think you are either. I think it's it's a persona. Yeah, I'm very much just in the middle. I actually feel like it could possibly be just like your way of masking in social situations. And always has been. Like I've always, I honestly think it just comes naturally to me to be friendly. Like it's easier for me to be friendly to people than to kind of like be like standoffish, keep to myself, you know, like, because I don't know, I don't want to make it any more awkward than it is, you know. That's just me. But something you were just saying, but like I forgot what I was about to say about it, but I just wanted to let you know that there's something that you said that I wanted to say about. But like I don't even remember it. Like so specific, girl. No, oh my god, no, I was saying another reason why I think I have such a negative view of the word socialite. It's just that I don't want people to think I'm shallow, and I feel like that in itself is attached to being a socialite. No, like I think so. I think on an outward perspective, but in my mind, a socialite is someone who not only people want to be around, but who does well being around people. Like that's literally it for me. Where it's like, I have a Libra moon, fuck with you, so it means that people fuck with you, where it's like on a night out, it's like you're a highlight for people, where it's like, oh my god, and I even saw this person. But also like you are just good to be around. Like you know how to work a space. You know how to go around saying hi to people. Good energy. That's what I feel like a socialite is. But I get the like. But that's so outside of like our world as well. You know what I mean? It's also just like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Like you're not politics. Famous. So. Exactly. No, it's not even a thing about like, you're not. It's not a thing about fame. It's just like, it's like, I don't know when a person of notoriety, like of really like high notoriety is like that, people assume shallowness from it, where it's like, okay, this person is a party girl. People assume shallowness either way. I feel like people have been calling me about it. People assume shallowness in general. Yeah, I think that people have assumed I'm shallow. Yeah, since I was a child, and I feel like I give shallow. I'm so ever. I am like, and I'm not saying this because I'm related to you. I don't think like, that is in my vocabulary. Shallow? To be fair, but it's like people. I hate people. Yeah. Okay. I think we started this on such a deep note, but like, it's just like, bro, the intellectual analysis of a night out already. My day out.
Oh man, oh.
It was fun though.
It was fun. It was so much fun. I had a great time. How did we even get on that tangent? Like, what is on side A for you, girl? Like, like, what is happening?
What's on side A for me is just the human body and just the severe limitations of this like flesh suit that we've been given.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. But like in the past like 3 months or 4 looking at me like this.
I'm so sorry. I did not expect you to say that. No. So I am so curious.
In the past 3-4 months, I've been so hyper aware of my body because like it's always something. Like I just finished my medication for strep today. I literally got treated for strep in April. It just became June. And it's again, I'm coughing. I'm doing this because what? I inhaled dust. Oh, my tonsils are not kiniko. This one is inflamed. This one is this. This one is that. And then I'm so bloated this past week and I just don't know what to do about it. Like, I'm just a girl. I've been trying not to eat rice as much as possible. I haven't been eating carbs like that. I'm trying to drink my greens and I'm trying to eat fruit and I'm going to the gym and I'm doing all the things that they say that we should do. But like, I'm still so bloated. Like, I look, see how I'm even sitting down. You think that there's a baby here. Like, I'm just like, I just can't do it anymore. Like, I'm not constipated. This human body is just so like,
I don't know. It's so fragile. It's so like fragile.
It's susceptible to everything. Like, I'm done.
Like the old, like your 20s is such a rude awakening into all of it, and it's just like, bro,
can we just stop? Even like, the other day, I did, and yeah, granted, it's like kind of my fault because I was off the gym for a little while. But okay, last, I went and did simple upper body day, bicep curl. That's how 2 days later, I cannot bend my hand again. Thank God. Please, this is my testimonial that I do this. Because I was stuck like this.
No, she was literally like
for 3 days, stuck like this. And I even tried to go
She called me on the phone in panic, literally like,
I texted my trainer like, oh my God, like what do I do? Like, this nigga didn't even text me back. He didn't text me back. I'm literally going about, and so now imagine me on Friday night trying to go out with my friends because I'm like, okay, that's why I didn't go to the party that day because I'm like, I can't do this for another day. Going out with my friends and trying to, everybody doing, I can't even point my fingers. Like, fucking hate it here. Like, I love my body. I'm so grateful. God, thank you for giving me something to work with. And it's a good one too.
Can never take it for granted.
But I can't take it for granted. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. Universe, I'm so thankful. But my goodness, like, health is just... Don't take health for granted. It's just such a...
And as soon as you can get on top of things,
get on top of it. Like, this, I give myself a little bit of credit for this last time because as soon as I started feeling sick, as opposed to the last time where I let myself be sick for months and months. This time I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna go to the doctor, and I made a doctor's appointment and I went. And now I feel better. But like, don't take your health for granted, I guess. But like this,
it's a lot.
This ain't it.
It's a lot to keep up with. To be honest,
it's too much. What's on side A for you, girl?
What is on side A for me? I don't even know. I'm so unamused.
Nothing is amusing right now.
I'm so unamused. Like I think
any new music,
lots of new music. New Kitchenada is so crazy, guys.
I haven't listened yet.
Oh my God,
I haven't listened to anything new besides Ira Star.
Ira Star as well, so good. I am halfway through Temda's new album. Shall give thoughts next time we talk.
Next episode,
for sure. But actually there is a lot of new music that's actually really crazy. I don't know if you guys are Charlie XCX fans, but she just released her magna opus, so you should go listen to that. I was talking about Therapy by Odunsi the Engine a little earlier.
Go, I've never heard it.
Go buzz that. That is actually the song of the summer. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Hearing that in person blew my mind. I love it. Wow. Candy Paint by Normani. Normani is releasing her album at the end of this week, guys. Let us see that again. Normani is releasing her album at the end of this week. Like it's coming out. Like, it's already scheduled on Apple Music.
You people need to send that girl gifts on that day. Wow. And just tell her thank you. Wow. I'm sorry the journey was so long, but thank you.
I really want, I think so much. I'm so curious about
the process.
Just the process and what happened.
I know that girl went through hell.
Because she's gone through it.
When people are shouting at artists, right? I'm like, you do know that all an artist wants to do. There's 50 people
in the room.
All an artist wants to do is make their songs. Is make their music.
If she could drop every day, I'm sure she could.
I'm sure she would. Like, you people need to start taking pity on these artists. Like, girl,
a lot of them are in some really interesting shitty deals.
In some shitty ass deals. This is the era of shitty deals.
I don't know what else to say. What else? Billie Eilish fans, you already know. That was a really good album. That is a really, 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 really good album.
My Spotify algorithm won't let me go 3 or 4 songs without slipping lunch in there, and I'm like, yeah, like, okay, I get it. Like, do you want to call me a slur or something? Like,
target audience,
bruh, enough.
What else? Yes.
So what's on side A for you is new music?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you feel like across the board, like, the new music is like solid?
It's music scene is doing good this year. The music industry, their shit. Everybody's making some really good stuff. The Grammys, next year I think is gonna be a really tight one.
Yeah,
it's gonna be really tough, and people are going to be fighting for space with Beyonce
for sure.
So, yeah, good luck
if they don't give Beyonce that Grammy next year.
Anyway, no, not that Grammy. That's
album of the year. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Album of the year.
And I understand Miss Swift also released a little album.
We do not care. I don't even want to get into this.
But it's
I don't want to get into it. Because even from what,
it's okay.
You know what? Actually, I don't even want to get into
it. But
I will just say, even from what I understand, and I have almost zero exposure into the world of the Swifties, but even by their standards, it's not her best album.
Yeah.
So it's not album of the year. Let's move along. Like, I don't even want to hear it.
By any means.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. All right, cool. That was a good side A.
Yeah.
New music. Honestly, we haven't. I feel like we haven't done like a music overview situation. Playlist will also be updated with some of the songs.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That you've mentioned today.
I shall. Oh my god.
By the time this is out,
yes,
we'll have the playlist updated.
To so much that I can, because some months I'm like,
there's not, bruh.
Quite literally,
some months I'm just like, fuck. You know what? Nobody's singing anymore.
Didn't listen to anything new.
Yeah,
I'm listening to exactly what I put on the playlist.
Yeah,
or the playlist again, because it's good.
The playlist will be updated. The playlist is now updated.
It's now updated. When you're listening to this, go run that.
Yeah, run that after the episode.
Actually, like, can we start putting things like I don't know, links on our videos? Like, can you scan QR code?
Yeah, we can. Not you giving editing notes live on the podcast.
I don't know.
Girl, they don't need to. You know what? Drum roll, please. After how many episodes?
1.
No, girl. We haven't done Side A Book Club in a long time.
We had Side A Book Club on Diane's episode.
Which was 3 episodes ago.
That was 2 episodes ago.
All right. Drum roll, please. We already even said Side A Book Club. Side A Book Club.
Welcome back, Book Club. Woo!
Dearest gentle reader. We needed like Side A Book Club jingle. Yeah. Just imagine there's something playing. What were you about to say? Okay.
I'm like trying to make up a song.
Do you want to show yours first?
Do I want to show mine first? Yeah.
I mean,
why not?
How far in are you? Let me see.
I'm really early
you've made some progress.
but I've read the prologue is actually pretty long because you actually do need that backstory, and the first chapter. So I'm on chapter 2 now.
What's the book called?
Oh my god, I'm reading "I Do Not Come to You by Chance" by Adele B. Trisha Nwambani. Nwambani.
Nwambani.
Nwambani.
Nwambani.
What?
Nwambani.
Nwambani. Oh my god, cut.
Adele B. Trisha
Nwambani.
No, you not being able to pronounce Igbo names.
Oh my god, you know some things. Actually, you took Igbo. I did not. I feel like it depends on the name, and I need to hear the person say their name first. Yeah. Say your name first, and I will never say it wrong. Like trust. But if I haven't heard I don't know their consonants. You know what I mean? So
okay,
it doesn't naturally like come. To me, you know what I mean? You took Igbo and you try to act surprised when I don't understand Igbo. It's like, not understand, but when like Igbo is not
like we're exposed to Igbo culturally, no?
Oh, absolutely. But things like names.
Now that you mention like actual like pronunciation and like consonants and things like that, I get
it's very different. It's like, especially like Yoruba consonants and Igbo consonants are actually very different. Yeah. So if
structurally, like the languages are just very, very different.
Yeah, so it's like it doesn't come
naturally.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But yeah, super good. It's in the POV of the firstborn son of the book. So the prologue is essentially like his mom's like backstory and like you know who she is and stuff. I won't say too much because it's actually one of those books where you like should read. Like someone was like even trying to like give me like a review / rating, and they would just like stumble on their words a lot and just be like, no, but you have to like
you gotta read
it.
You need to be there.
Yeah. Like I think a lot of things are revealed in each chapter so far is what I would say. Yeah. You know, which is why I feel like I can't say too much because it's like as you're reading, it's like ooh, and like I'm this far in and I've had like a lot of like like I already know this
I'm
is
excited
about
to
be
read
a good
it.
one. So
I read it a while ago, but I've just been honestly like my journey this year with the books I've been reading has just
Winda has had some
I've been
choices.
struggling.
I've really oh my god, and I finished Sex, Lies and Sensibilities as well. Shout out to Nikki Payne. It was actually really, really good. I would give it, and I was talking to someone about this and I was saying I could give it a 7.5, but I'll give it an 8. Because
why would you knock off that half a point?
There's just some parts of the dialogue that are a little bit too, I think, either on the nose or corny for me personally. But then I try to remember that it's a romance and it's supposed to be corny. Yeah. So it's like, I think that's why I kind of was like,
something I'm struggling with, because I think that I'm sure I've mentioned on here that I'm writing a book, but I think that my dialogue is so hyper realistic that it's missing some of that whimsy.
Yeah, you need that whimsy. And it's like, the thing is that the whimsy itself, it brings you back into like the fiction of it all. And I feel like that's really important while reading like a romance novel.
Yeah, because you need to heighten it.
Yeah, you kind of need to feel this like romantic escape mentally as well, where you get so giddy and it's like, oh my god, I don't want to drop this. Because it's gotten so whimsical that it's like, oh my god, this feels like a world's away. Yeah, you know, not even a world's away, but just like a nice little
because I keep getting caught in like
into
I wouldn't say this. I keep getting caught in like I wouldn't fucking say that.
But that's the thing. Like, it's not about
me.
you.
Yeah, it's not me.
Yeah, I think like I think that's something I've told you.
I wouldn't say this, but like if somebody said this to me, like I'd roll my eyes type shit. But I'm like I need to suspend the like realism of it all and like just go there. Yeah. The thing is when I'm like drinking wine and stuff, like I'm like but when I'm sober, I'm like, and then she said ... and then he said ... and I'm like, girl, boring. Okay. My book is Outdrawn. Another sapphic romance. Whoop-de-doo. What else is new here? It's called Outdrawn. It's by Deanna Gray. It's actually self-published, which I think is the most impressive part of this, because it's really... The thing is, okay, I don't mean to make a generalization, but a lot of times when books are self-published, I side-eye them a little bit. Not because I respect the process of self-publishing, because it's so much work for an author to do. But sometimes I'm like, why did nobody pick up that book to publish for you? And sometimes
I think some people don't want to go through it.
Yeah. But sometimes the quality just is not there, and really that's why your book did not get picked up. So I was looking at it and I'm like,
no, the book looks too good.
let me give these queens a chance, because I mean the cover art is like,
it looks too good.
Now. You know what I mean? Like
heavy on that is my really reading list.
And the thing is, like, people talk about like these cartoon covers and how like the cartoon covers are getting too very specific in like a, you know, like a Iris Kelly way, or like a Mistakes Were Made way. And it's like, it's not that the covers aren't good, but I think the romance genre figured out that works, and they just were like, everything has to look like that. Yeah. So people get frustrated with it. But I think that the art style is like differentiated. You know what I mean?
You know something I noticed?
What?
Super recently?
What?
Some people kind of like look down on like when you suggest them to read a book with like a cartoon cover.
Oh, they turn their noses up to it. Like they think that what you're reading is stupid because it has a cartoon cover.
Everybody
shut the fuck up. Like, that's another thing. It's like book snobs are so annoying to me, because like, let people read what they like. Like, everybody calm down. Like, it's not that serious.
It's a book. Everybody can just read different books. You know, I suggest everybody read a little bit of, you know, everything.
Yeah, for sure, diversify. But people like what they like. Like, again, every time you guys come here, we're either reading a romance, or we're reading a this, or we're reading a that. Like, and
like sometimes I talk to my cousin, and she reads a lot of like fantasy and stuff like that. So she like puts me on to like you know what she's reading, and it's like we get to have that exchange. You know,
Carmen is a fantasy girl too.
That is the salt of life, guys. Like, why are
people turn their noses up to cartoon covers? Like,
I don't get that.
They feel like you're reading like dumb shit, like brain rot, and it's like, whatever. Anyway, so Outdrawn is basically a rivals to lovers romance story. They're both comic artists, and they end up working at the same like I guess publishing company, and they went to college together, and so they have like this kind of like long running like rivalry, trying to like beat each other at like each other's game and things like that. But I really like it so far. Like, I'm really quite enjoying it. Also, it has like, I was showing Lola this, but it has like doodles in there of just things, like things that are mentioned.
Yeah, the characters. And I think that it has so
like
cool.
Little like, it's just like random stuff. Like, it'll have like things like this, you know, like leaderboards. Yeah,
I love that. I love books that are reminiscent of the books I started reading.
Yeah,
you know, because I really loved reading growing up, and I feel like as you grow up, people expect you to start reading a certain kind of book. And I think you can expect. I feel like I've always been reading all kinds of books, again, because having an older sister, you just end up, you know, having access to the books that she's reading like pretty early. So I'm like, 10 reading Your Purple Hibiscus or something,
and Half of a Yellow Sun.
Exactly.
And then I read a lot of like horrible histories, which I still would read those now.
Like Diary of a Wimpy Kid is my bread and butter. I have all of it. Like, I have all the books. Yeah.
And
there's a reason, because it was so good.
Like, we talked about this. The covers were so good. I'm just remembering them now.
I found it on eBay.
And those were like OG like cartoon covers, but like something about the energy of the Babysitters Club was very different to the show, I think, because it felt more like, I don't know what the word is, but it just felt more mysterious, I guess. Like, there was like
there was a haunting
about it that was just really cool to watch.
I think so
I don't know. Yeah,
I agree.
But this is really good. I would definitely recommend it. I'm not even halfway through yet, but I like the dialogue. I think it's written very simply, and like the approach is very simple, but I think that's what makes it good, because you're just like really just getting into it, and like the story is like very fast paced, I would say.
Yeah. Another thing I want to say is that I'm so kind of very excited to be getting back into like African literature. Haven't had one in a really long time.
But you just read the list.
Oh my god!
You literally just read the list.
You know something? Yes, I read the list, but the list is very
more contemporary.
British. It's very British. Like it's very very British, and it's Black British. It's almost more the immigrant experience than it's very African literature, if anything.
Okay, that makes sense.
It is written by a Nigerian, but like
it's a different thing.
It's a different genre, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like African literature in general. Like I don't remember. I think honey butter pig bread was my
butter honey pig bread.
Butter honey pig bread. You know something, Francesca?
But also that's also very like diaspora because one of them is in like the UK and the other one's in Canada and like
exactly.
But
so you see what I
mean? Because of the mother's POV, it has a lot of like.
I've been feeling for something set in Nigeria.
Yes.
Like.
I'm really excited to read Little Rots. Oh my god. Yeah. Lola's gonna get to go. Speaking of, Lola's gonna get to go to Akuke Emezi's launch of their new book, Little Rots. I'm not gonna go because I'm going to fucking Miami.
I'm so excited. You have to get our book signed. Of course.
We have to get copies.
I'm getting a hug, hopefully.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
I'm so excited. Like I love them so much. Yeah. So but this is really exciting.
Apparently, maybe like by the time the next Side book club or at some point we'll be able to review that or like one of us would have started reading it because the plot of it I'm like so interested in like that I don't think has been done before but like they always I
haven't seen the what the plot is.
The plot is essentially like the entire book.
Don't tell me there's a reason why I have not seen the plot yet. I want to see it when I read it.
You're going to the event, you're going to hear the plot. All right, guys, no plots. Mind you, the people are like, what's the plot?
To
guys,
be continued.
And that was,
find out next time on Side A Book Club.
Okay, girl. Our card for the day says, "Dear Teenage Self." That's a big one.
Oh no,
that's a big one. So I'm guessing this is. I guess, I mean, I kind of feel like it's a good one to do now, though, because it's like, reflection.
Reflecting.
Yeah, I feel like we're both in transitional, like...
I am in a transitional stage.
We're in transitional phases, so it might be good to kind of revisit some of that, maybe have a little sisterly therapy sesh.
Wow.
Something.
This is so invasive for you guys, but, like...
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could keep it cute. Do you know one thing I've been thinking about though? I want to say, dear teenage self, come out before the stakes are too high. I've been thinking about that a lot. And obviously I didn't think at the time that like you don't think about how the stakes change when you like get older, but like because of like the fact that I've been working through this whole situation and like how to like do it in therapy and like trying to figure that out, I'm realizing like the stakes are always just so high for me, whether it's in terms of like what's going on family wise or where I'm at in life or like the things that are like coming up or like all of the things like just surrounding it. So I'm just kind of like, come out before the stakes are too high. Like come out while you're a teenager or like while you're in college or something like that, you know what I mean? But I think I was too distracted by just the compulsive heterosexuality of it all during that time in my life that I didn't make it a priority because I'm like, okay, maybe I don't have to. But yeah, that's because that was like top of mind because I've really been thinking about it.
Fair enough. We literally just talked about that, so that's fair enough. I would just say stop performing all the time. Like just stop. You don't have to, you don't not stop, but you don't have to, where it's like each moment doesn't need to be like a moment to be, like the brightest person or the most, interesting one or like the coolest one, like and it's like all painted in like a very I don't care way, and it's like just it is just gravitating towards you, but it's like it's okay to treat it like it matters and not like you're kind of, you know, I guess like above your reality essentially. So like just
masking.
Take a moment and stop.
Masking is the thing I've been thinking about so heavily. Like, so much of our existence is a performance.
Yeah, I do it a lot. Like my friend, like one of my best friends, like this was like a couple years ago. She like clocked me so deep. Like I had to be on the phone, and like we were having a conversation, and like I was this one person, and like I was on a phone call the next second, and she was like, "How did you even like do that?" Like, and it's like, you seem to, and she like clocked it, and she was like, "You do that a lot, actually." And I was like,
"Don't fucking call me out."
And I was like, "Damn," but like, yeah, I do, because I honestly, it's like protection. It's literally just, you know,
it really is.
You have to put on a face for certain things, so it's like it ends up just they're still all your faces. They're just different ones for
different things,
things in different moments.
You know, like that's one thing I've actually been doing recently is trying to like blur the lines between all of those I guess personas or faces more, because it's not like these different things are like not me. It's really not that, but it's like I don't want to have them so clear cut, you know what I mean? I kind of want a combination of all of those things to show up in all of the places, and maybe they're showing up in different percentages and like all of the things, like, because again, it has to even do with like, okay, who am I around? How do they know me? Did they meet me a year ago, or did they meet me when I was 16? Or like, you know, what kind of like, what kind of background knowledge of me do they have? And so I'm responding based off of that. But I'm just kind of like, okay, who am I really right now? And like, what ways can I just kind of stay as close to that as possible? It's never going to be the 100%. Like, I think it's protection in a way, and it's like you trying to figure out, and it's aside from protection, it's also you being adaptable, I guess, and like being amenable to like whatever situation you're in, and like speaking whoever's language.
Like for sure. And I think adaptability is such like an underrated trait, and it's like it's so lovely to be adaptable, but it really does cause like like an identity crisis.
There's an extreme,
and I think when I like my teenage self really at some point was suffering from that identity crisis of like even just kind of like understanding who it is I was, or rather knowing who I was, and like just still being very like unsure and like insecure, because I have to put on so many different faces for, you know, different people and different things that I felt like nobody actually, you know, like knew you or knew you, but knew me, or like wanted to like actually like know me.
You.
Like, I think
meanwhile, you're limiting yourself from being known because you.
I only started like stopped doing that like a year ago.
Same, like quite recently.
It's very much still fresh for me to
like, I want to say in the past few years, I've not stopped, but like I've been more mindful of it. But I also think a part of what's helped me is like just really coming into my queerness and like having that be like an anchor for me to then just kind of have a no nonsense approach to being like, well, it pushes me to figure out how to be queer as all my other identities, so Black or like African or this or that, and so all of those things now have to start like meshing together more, because you know, I would say, dear teenage self, it's okay to be interested. You know what I mean?
Oh, I was gonna say that literally.
And what you like, said kind of reminded me of that, where it's like disinterest was just such a huge part of me as a teenager. Like disinterest, chronic disinterest in my peers, and not for like no reason, because a lot of the time I found people just unbearably irritating and like vapid.
Yeah.
And in a lot of cases people were, but like sometimes people weren't. And like it's even less of people and just more so experiences. I think out of fear of like not excelling at something or not being comfortable when I try a thing for the first time or whatever, I would just like be disinterested and like, well, I'm not doing that because like I don't know for sure that when I do it, it will. And it's like even just little things like now that I'm in the gym, I was saying this episodes and episodes ago about like being in the gym and like having to learn to jump rope, you know what I mean? Like it's like such a stupid thing, but it's one of the things where it's like I was a kid and I could have just learned, but I'm like, oh, like I don't know how that's going to go. Like, it's going to take me so many tries. I'm going to look stupid. I might fall. So I'm disinterested.
Yeah.
And it's like in just doing more things, in going to more places, in having more experiences, taking more like initiative to like I think I did a lot of things that I was interested in where it's like I would go like to summer school and blah blah blah, but like maybe I could have taken it a step further and like
done more, you
know.
It's the thing I think about all the time where it's like I don't play an instrument,
right? Exactly.
Like when people ask me if I played sports, I'm like I literally played volleyball for exactly 2 weeks. Like, but you know something, for that one, like I think for sports that had to do with like my hands or like limbs, I quite simply just
didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do
them. I can't do them. Like I will hurt myself, like quite literally. But it's like but it's like things like that where it's like it would have required some sort of discipline.
Yeah.
I feel like I just was kind of like, oh yeah, like I'm just not gonna do that. Like I don't even think I was disinterested, but rather everything just seemed like like it's just so out of the way. It's just like so like not,
and that really
most convenient
it bled
thing
into my early 20s as well. Like, and that's the thing is like learned behavior is so hard to free yourself from, and so it's like if I could have just done that a little bit earlier, this is off center, if I could have just done that a little bit earlier, I do think that we're very well-rounded people.
No, for sure
but I'm like I could know more, I could do more, I could be more open. I think openness is really the thing. Like it's not even about any specific activity or anything like that. It's really just
open,
my level of openness, and I'm getting there now. Like even like with going on vacation with Carmen and like going snorkeling, I'm like that would have been a thing where I'd have been like fuck no, but I'm like, you know what, let me just be open, let me just do it, and like let me suspend this fear of not being good immediately and just like say fuck it. And at the end of the day I did it and I'm like, okay, cool, I love that I had that experience. Would I do it again? I don't know, but I can find some sort of like sense of accomplishment in the fact that I was just open. So I really want to do that more, and I wish I had started that as a teenager.
Honestly, it's really interesting that was like your second one, because that was going to be my second one too, where it's like literally like it's okay to care, it's okay to overcare, it's okay to like stop trying to make it. And it's like you're even saying it from a different way than I think I am, but like I also relate to what you're saying, it's to how you're saying it, but like you care, and you like care, you're and it's saying okay to care that you don't care, and you're holding so much like inside, and like being so palatable for every single person around you that you are quite literally stifling any form of creativity, expression, even anger, like feelings, anything that you wanted to feel.
Facts.
You're not feeling it because you are presenting this front that you just like
you're above it, you know?
Like it's not even like I was above it, but like I was such a like like dirt off my shoulder, like kind of person where it's like, oh you did this thing, oh don't worry, it's okay, like no, it's fine, whatever, no, it's okay.
I was just too deep in like my black cat energy where I was like, and you said you've said it a lot, where it's like as a teenager I was just kind of like hard, you know what I mean, like, and I'm not a hard person. Like I'm kind of rigid honest, and like a little strict and things like that, but on an emotional level I'm not a hard person. I'm quite sensitive, I'm quite emotional, and I'm passionate about things, you know what I mean? But I was just so deep in like this like facade of being like, oh, Oinda doesn't give a fuck, or like Oinda is whatever, like just hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but what's the benefit in being
for
hard?
Who?
Like,
it's literally like just for who? Like for who at the end of the day? And I think I got a lot of lessons in my life. I'm really blessed to learn them very early and have that moment to realize on time that like, okay, like you don't want this. Change like course like now. So like the ending of like my secondary school years, like I think I just really started to like open my eyes to like just the person who like I was, the type of person who I had like become because of, you know, the surroundings that I was in and like the people who I was around, just to, you know, again, to like protect myself, to like, you know, just also just fit into what's into that
to
world
fit
is.
in, because even like,
you know,
it's so crazy because if I told myself at that age, like, oh, do you think maybe you're doing this to fit in? I would have been like, what the fuck? No, like,
why?
I don't give a fuck about fitting in, and
this is just who I am. Like, and it, you know something, it is who you are. It's just it's this version of you that you have created for the external world. So it is still you.
It is
it's
still
just
an
like,
attempt to fit in.
It's just not all the way you. So it's like, but you know something, that's just your teenage years, and that's why it is a teenager, because
you're just literally
self,
fucking figuring it out.
Yeah, like I really care. Again, I feel like every episode I'm like spelling out my zodiac sign, but like I think
you are like a very true Cancer,
a very true, like tried and true Cancer. Like I care, I love people a lot, and I think I put like, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I put my heart on like a platter for other people to be like, oh my god, like, you know, like come, let me love you.
Such crazy
like, and
exposure.
It's like, and it's exposed me to a lot of, I guess, undeserving, sometimes ridicule, sometimes like attention that's like not necessarily pure, like different things here and there, but like, yeah, it's just okay to care. And like, I don't know, what else?
To care.
Yeah, it's okay to care. It's fine. It's great that you care. Like I feel like I would have done
Caring
a lot
is so
more.
important. I would have done a lot more
if I just allowed myself.
I would have been maybe prouder of myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think about that a lot. I feel like if I wanted to,
far.
if I cared more, I would have. I think I realized 2 years ago or a year ago, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, that I was really smart, and it freaked me out where it was like, I just know things. Like I've so like exposed myself to like life,
so much life,
and like all of that I know so much actually. Like, and I'm just, while thinking I'm not very articulate, I'm actually quite articulate, where it's like I know what I'm talking about, and like I'm able to communicate, like, you know,
also realize
questions.
How little other people know.
I think that's it. You know something, I don't even think I know that much. I think most people just know a lot less.
Yeah, people know a lot less than you think they do.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, knowing that, I feel like I would have given myself the opportunity to be like a better student if I cared more. If I like, there's so many things that I would daydream about when I was younger that I'm just like, why didn't you just be like, you want to do this? By the way, I'm still saying this while like at school,
actually still working through it. Yeah,
I was like in 4 or 5 different clubs. I was in the photography club, I was in the charity club, I was in the interact club, I was very active in like social activities, in the ways that like, oh yeah, I know I'm good at like planning, or like I know I have resources to this thing and this thing, so I know I can help in this way, right? So I guess that was me, at least, and I barely cared about those. You know what I mean? I cared to like some degree.
Putting yourself into caring about the things that you really care about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That you really want to do.
Right. Because like I did those things,
it's
honestly,
like I did things,
to,
for sure.
Yeah, for a while I did most of those things to attain a position of, you know, social prefect, because I was like, okay, yeah, like you're in school, you work towards this position. That's how it goes, you know, when you're in school. They tell you, you know, if you want this thing, you have to work towards it. You have to show people that you're capable of doing this thing. So I'm in certain things because I'm like, okay, yeah, this is gonna look really good later.
Yeah.
This is gonna look good in the long run.
But it's like, what would you do?
It's like,
if
I care
none
about
of that
it.
was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like I care. I think
You
I would
care
still.
about
I
it,
think
for
I
sure.
would
I would
still do
it,
those
yeah.
things, but I would have done more if I cared. Like I didn't care, so I did the bare minimum, and thankfully, like, thank God, like my bare minimum is so good that like I can get away with doing the bare minimum for years, and like, oh, getting by like just, you know, the scrape of everything, rather than like doing really well, like caring and like doing really well, and then people being like, wow, like you did a really good thing. Like, no, like I would just be like, oh, okay, it's recognized, so it's okay. It's like whatever. So like I don't know if that made sense.
It makes sense.
But,
it makes sense. I just thought about something, and it's I feel like this is all under the same theme. But like, this is like teenage self, but 16-year-old me or 17-year-old me that was like leaving Lagos and starting school.
Yeah.
I would be like, don't forget who you were before you left.
Yeah.
I'm now doing so much work to work myself back to the Oyinda that I was at 16, at 15, in specific ways, right?
Yeah.
It's like I've talked about the shortcomings of that person, but like there were so many things that I started off, and it's like, even when like at the beginning of college, like I still kind of kept to those things. Like I was still doing my YouTube channel, and I was still doing the creative things, but like I had so many ideas of what to do, and like I was so
you're just very determined to see the thing happen,
things,
like,
and to see things through, and to just action on. Like I would just have an idea this morning and be like, ooh, what if I shot this thing, or what if I just went to Bay Lounge with a camera and I called this person to come and take pictures with me, or to come and do the sit down interview, or to come and blah blah blah, or to do like a lookbook video, or da da da, and I would execute this shit like that same week, that same day, whatever. Like I would just go for things. And I think when I got to college, like I forgot so much of like that determination, because I was, and like, not to my defense, it's kind of like being on your own at that age is like such
scary.
a mind fuck. Like it seems
scary.
so standard, like, because it's like, oh, this is just a thing that we do. Because it's like, oh yeah, of course you're going to go abroad to go to school, but like you really are like a 17-year-old girl by yourself trying to figure out,
sometimes less
trying to
came
figure
here
out
at 16, and it's like, yes, I'm so grateful to, like, I till this day I always tell you, like, I don't know how you got to come here, you know, on your own, and like, you know, really like figure it all out, because me coming here and even still having the cushion of you, I felt so lost and alone, and like just missing for like the first 2 years at least.
I was
so
really
it's
lost.
like,
like I at the time I didn't think that I was.
I guess you choked
No,
up.
I'm not getting choked up. It's okay, I've healed.
Okay.
At the time I didn't think that I was, but I just lost so much of like who I innately was. Like we're talking about reading, right? And it's like, it's like we come on here and we he about reading, but like reading is so important
like,
to
bro,
me.
and I didn't,
and it has always been
doing
important
that for a while.
to me. And I went 4 years without reading a single book outside of like academic situations, or like because I wanted to do this thing or that thing or whatever the hell. And like that is just such a big, again, it seems like, oh, like whatever, but it's such a huge indication of like how much of myself I was willing to let go. And I think the intensity of that like became more and more as I like made friends and figured out like a new social circle and a new social life and new things to like put my fingers into and to be that's what she said. And new things to like just get into, right? That were more, I'm not gonna say like they weren't things that I wanted to do, like you said,
but it's
they were, but it's like I was still forgetting like, okay, at the end of the day, who I am is like a creator and a community builder. I've always been that. I had to work my way back to that in my mid 20s, later 20s, because, and it's just so crazy because now it's like, okay, you're doing these exercises of trying to figure out what's my lane, like where do I fit in, like, because people have like neater descriptions of what they do. I'm a stylist, I'm a visual artist, I'm a this, I'm a that, and I'm like trying to figure out like, okay, what is the name for like my thing? And then I'm thinking about like when I even started doing all of these things, it was community building using like digital formats. Like I was doing a podcast before I knew what podcasts were. Because my whole thing is like, okay, how do we bring people together in creative ways? And that's always been the thing. But I forgot that for years and years and years. And it's like, imagine how much more work I would have under my belt. Imagine how much I'm so grateful for like where we're at and like this platform and like all the platforms I built. However, it's like I would probably have so much more. I probably have a fucking documentary at this point. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I get what you mean. And like there's always that like, you know, you could have done this, you could have done
you know, I'm not regretful.
But I feel like it's important in like certain moments, it's important to remember the obstacles that did come to like kind of, you know, deter you from seeing it, you know, that way where it's like, oh, but this is the actual goal. You know what I mean? A lot of life happens where it's just like, you can't really see your core because there's so much noise surrounding it, especially post your teenage years. It's like your teenage years, a lot just gets like plugged onto you, and it's like everything sticks, unfortunately, because they are your formative years, like your most formative years. So it's like everything sticks. So it's like in your 20s, it's a lot of weeding out like all of it that, you know, like,
and it's not even weeding out, but it's a lot of like, things getting added into the mix, and then you actively being like, how does this feel? Do I like this? Okay, this was a terrible experience. Okay, I liked this. Okay, I hated this. Oh, I don't have time for this. Oh, I need to work. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I have to blah blah blah. I'm balancing school. Oh my god, these friends are maybe not the friends that I need to have. It's a lot of noise that I think like post college, right? You're so isolated that you have to really just look at yourself.
Still thinking.
And so that's really when that work of working your way back to like your true self can like really like thrive, because you have nothing else to fucking do.
Another thing and it's the opposite of yours as in this one, it's stop daydreaming constantly, because like it's going to get to a point where you're just daydreaming. You're not even thinking out loud. Nobody knows your thoughts. Nobody knows what you want to do. Nobody knows how to help you. You're daydreaming about being a person who you can just be rather, and so you're home and like being like, oh my god, I hate who I am, and you're like having all these like, you know, personal like vendettas and like, oh, like this person and and like talking about yourself in third person, because you've created this other world, you know, where it's like, oh, it's like you could be this and you could have this and you can have that.
Chronic dreaming.
The chronic daydreaming is killing you. It's making you less human, like, as you go. And I'm saying this specifically to, I'm going to say like 14-year-old, 15-year-old me, because like I think even if there's a part of like going to Lagos in secondary school in Lagos that does have a lot to do with escapism and like thinking about escaping and thinking about like, and I say escaping in a very privileged way, not unfortunately, because this is my experience. Because it's not necessarily like I'm in the worst situation. I'm in my private school and all of these things.
With all of these things at your disposal,
that being said, just because there's privilege doesn't mean there's not pain. And I try to let people like understand that. LMAO. But so I think a lot of like being in secondary school does have to do with that like daydreaming, escapism kind of like mindset. And like I carried that throughout, bro. Not even gonna say, I'm gonna say throughout my life at this point. So like again, things that I'm only recently now like dragging really myself out of like, and again, I'm really thankful for how quickly like I am to, you know, wanting to fix my issues and wanting to fix my problems and wanting to like improve.
But I was gonna say like dreams are so important, right? But I always feel like, unfortunately or fortunately actually, you have a specific amount of time. You're almost like racing against the clock to make your dreams have tangible value. Right? And so it's like, you don't ever want to feel like you're being rushed to like produce a thing for other people or whatever. Like it's not even about other people, but there's steps after a dream that you need to take in order to make it so that like that dream is not like your entire like
thing.
You know what I mean?
Like quite literally, a lot of things that I feel like I would daydream about, I'm like, these a lot of them
you
so
can
doable.
Literally do this
so
thing
possible.
like you can
like,
literally do it.
Like I feel like there are so many steps. Like at some point I really wanted to sew, like, and I'm like, okay, like
you can. That's the crazy part. Is like you actually can.
You literally can just put in the time, the effort into doing that thing.
But it's not an outlandish thing.
Yeah, but then that goes back to the thing of not caring that much about anything, or pretending not to care about that much, or just trying not to. Again, my own is I really don't like being a burden. Like, and I think I've been not wanting to be a burden since I was born. I'm not even gonna lie. Like. I don't know why I have that.
I don't know.
But like, and I feel like a lot of last borns like can probably relate, and because there's just a thing. There's kind of like everybody expects you to be like kind of lax and dependent. So it's like you almost need to prove yourself constantly in everything that you're doing. So it's like, I don't want to have to start something and then be like, oh, you're wasting and be like, oh, you're wasting our time, you're wasting our efforts, and da 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 da. So
and
it's
like this is my last thing. Be okay picking something up and dropping it.
It's okay. Especially
a lot of the things when you're younger. How to do. A lot of the things people give me credit for, like, oh my god, Oinda knows how to do all this thing, is because I picked things up and dropped them. I learned how to sew. I'm not a seamstress, but if you have a little whatever, I can do it because I picked that shit up and I was like, all right, cool, let me learn the skills, and then I dropped it. If you need this thing, I picked it up, at least I taught myself for like a couple of weeks, and then I dropped it. You never know, like it's okay to like not stick with things for the rest of your life, but like build a Rolodex of knowledge or skills or whatever, just to have, and you don't have to monetize it, and you don't have to make it into your career, and you don't have to blow it out into this big thing where you become the best at it.
They're just stuff.
It's just stuff.
They're just stuff.
It's just stuff to know. Like you'll never be mad at knowing a lot of stuff.
Like, and like last thing, girl, stop caring about what everybody says. Like, and again, you say you don't care about what everybody says, but you care about what everybody says. Leave them alone. You like actually like walk in the light of you have the right idea of not caring about what they say. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
And if you want to this point of the episode, if there are things that you would tell your teenage self, please drop those in the comment section, because we definitely would want to read those and see how we relate to you and support you and give you some words of encouragement
and hearts.
and hearts and kisses and all of those things, because we are just so appreciative of you guys, and I love this conversation. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it was a good conversation.
I think I thought it would be a little more loaded than it is, but it's
loaded, but it does. It's like
it feels
you know, it doesn't have to be like healing. Doesn't have to be excruciating all the time. Sometimes it's just a conversation. Yeah. If you leave here with anything, so per usual, thank you guys for listening. We love y'all.
Much love.
Yeah, much love.
Have a good week. Episode
8 will be out on time. We promise.
Last episode of the season,
guys. Season 2. Also, save the date, July 20th. If you're in New York City, that's all I'm gonna say.
Period.
Save the date. We will follow us on Side A Pod on everything. Period.
Yeah. Follow us on everything to keep up with just updates. Just see what we're doing in our silly little lives. I can't lie. Like, my summer so far is going really good. So I actually will start to vlog. And I'm saying this on here to kind of hold me to it. So I'm going to start doing like a little mini series on the TikToks and stuff. So watch out for that. Cute.
It's been real, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Per usual, we are so grateful, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.